What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. Sorry, I got to put my glasses on. I am Brandon Janeau, and like always, you can find this in all my episodes on my YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. So subscribe, rate, review, comment. Also, all podcast platforms, all audio podcast platforms, man. I am also on there. Just type in Brandon Janeau Show. You do not need to space it. Just Brandon Janeau Show. Also, if you want to just follow me on social media and see what episodes have dropped, you can go there too. BrandonJaneauShow on Instagram. Just that's mainly where I be. But I do recaps on TikTok. So if you missed these past a couple of weeks episodes, usually go to TikTok and see what I've dropped and pretty much enjoy it there. Enjoy it there as well. So and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And yeah, let's get into it. So this episode is Life in Times with Music. Yeah. Did a couple of these last couple of days, man. I've had so much fun with them. Just like this verses. And tonight you can catch my verses. Kendrick Lamar albums, Good Kid, Mad City versus Damn. I've been getting a lot of reviews on that, a lot of comments, a lot of people liking it, checking it on YouTube and doing shorts. Tonight the whole episode comes out, so you can watch the entire episode tonight when it comes out. Or you could just, like I said, go to podcast platforms and listen to the entire episode there. And so tonight is exactly the same thing. I will be doing a versus. Like I said, this versus will be between Kanye West. Yeah, not new Kanye, old Kanye. I mean, there is like a difference. There, I can't believe that there's a difference. That is really a difference. That's like old Kanye and new Kanye. That is two different things. Old Kanye, I listen to that nigga music all day. New Kanye, I'm shocked the motherfucker still getting coverage. So yeah, but this versus is between Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Both albums that live prominently in fans' minds with great production, but incredible songs. And some of these songs are legendary throughout um, time. One came out in 2007, the other one came out in 2010, so a 3 year span between these two. Uh, Around this time, that's when he dropped 808s and Heartbreak in 2008, I want to say. So yeah, but these are my two favorite albums from Kanye West. The album that I really physically became a Kanye West fan, and the other and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy made me more so just appreciative of the production that this man is one of the greatest producers of all time. Not a big fan of always his albums, but these are the two albums that I love the depth from him. Yeah, I've always been a big fan of his singles, but these two albums, man, are just incredible. Graduation was the first album I downloaded. I'm gonna just leave it as that. If you're a kid in the early 2000s, you know what I mean by download it. LimeWire. Let me get it. So so Graduation was the first album I downloaded, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was one of the first albums that I physically just like creatively. I just sat back and was like, yeah, this shit is just different. Um, So these are the two albums that's going against each other. Both albums have 13 tracks on it. I mean, Graduation's got another track on it, but I deem that as like a bonus track, so I didn't even put the shit on there. Same thing with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The other track was kind of like you couldn't even get to it. So I just put 13 tracks that I saw that was eligible, and I was like, these are the best 13. I'm gonna do these. So, like I've said numerous times, when I do the verses, man, I'm gonna go down the entire track list of both albums. I'm gonna go song by song versus song, pretty much. So, if track one is this, track one is that, track ones are gonna go against each other, and I'm gonna pick my favorite ones. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because I checked one side more, don't mean I don't like the other side even more. The checks just make me realize, oh shit, this song was a little bit better than this one, but doesn't mean the overall album was great just because that song was better than this one. So yeah, listen to these albums the last couple of days just to make sure I got back into that mindset of it all. And yeah, man, these two albums are hard, man. I'm gonna be honest with it. These two albums are very, very, very fucking hard to judge, man. I'm gonna be honest. Um, Yeah, man. And I hope you guys enjoy this because this shit's about to be hard. The last two times I've done this, I've done it with Ti and I've done it with Kendrick. They have been split down the middle. with the checks. So maybe this album will be the same. I don't know. We shall see, and let's get into it and see. So here we go. Graduation versus My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Welcome to the BrandonJaneauShow album versus. Woo! Here we go. All right. So track one, the intro of both albums. Track one of Graduation was Good Morning versus track one of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Dark Fantasy. Okay, so let me get into this. Good Morning from Graduation, it just started off perfect, man. That song is still to this day one of the best um, intros I think I've heard. You know, especially when I was a kid, going to school, getting up at like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning to get ready for school, and the school bus. Uh, you know, that song reigns supreme. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, Mr. Butt, Mr. By yourself. You so impressed. I mean, damn, did you even see the test? You got D's, motherfucker D's, Rosie Perez, and every class. Looking at every ass, cheated on every test. I guess this is my dissertation. Homie, this shit is basic. Welcome to graduation. Good morning. like, now you like, oh yeah, that's different. That's a hit. Yeah, okay, we got that. Okay, like Good Morning was such an amazing song. And then you go into dark fantasy. You know, you can't miss with this one either. Nicki Minaj kicks it off. You know, Nicki Minaj using her British accent to kick off dark fantasy. Um, you know, and it goes, I dream about this back in Chicago. Mercy, mercy me, that mercy alago. That's me the first year that I blow. How you spell broke in Spanish? Me no Pablo. I draw sorrow in my Diablo. Yeah, I found bravery in my bravado. DJs need to listen to the mottos. You ain't got no fucking Yeezy in your Serato, nigga. You ain't got no Yeezy in your Serato. Stupid, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just a shot town nigga. What a nice flow. Like, god damn, man. Yeah, holy shit. Yep. Both of these songs are good, man. You like I said, star powers on both, really, to be honest. I talked about this on the Blueprint the first time I did an album. I did this with Jay-Z, the Blueprint. The Ruler's Back. Kanye samples that on Good Morning. Hustlers, wake up, you still living, get on down to that OJ rhythm, get on. And hustlers, that's what's on Good Morning. Jay-Z took Jay-Z sample on that. He took Jay-Z's voice, lyrics on that and put it on Good Morning. Dark Fantasies, like I said, Nicki's on there. Uh, and then I think it's Ghostface Killer that talks. No, either RZA or Ghostface Killer. I can't remember. Somebody from Wu Tang. But yeah, at the end of that, man, both of these songs are incredible, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, but I felt more of a connection with Good Morning when I was younger, and I still to this day I listen to Good Morning, I listen to Dark Fantasy. I'm like, I love Good Morning more. I still do to this day. Good Morning, such a great song. So yeah, Good Morning gets checked for this moment. Definitely. All right. Score one for graduation. Um, track two, Champion versus track two of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Gorgeous, featuring um Raekwon the Chef and Kid Cudi. Champion. It took me years to hear that. To hear Lauryn Hill on Champion. I never knew that was Lauryn Hill. Um, on Champion, and then I like listened to it closely, and I'm like, man, it's Lauryn Hill. I was like, man, it's Lauryn Hill. What the fuck? Champion was dope. I remember him performing Champion on 106 Park when they was doing um uh Graduation versus Curtis. 50 Cent and him had a 106 Park. Remember when y'all was kids? In 2007, September the 11th, matter of fact, and they did a verses between each other at that time. Curtis and Graduation both coming out at the same time, and Kanye performed Champion. That was the first song he performed when he came out, was Champion, to perform for that day. And I remember listening to this song being like, damn, this shit hit. This shit hit hard. Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib just to show you how I live. hmm That's that shit. So if you gonna do it just like this, like this. Champion went hard, man. Gorgeous on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is literally my favorite Kanye West song that he's ever done. Better than Two Words, better than Jesus Walks, better than any of them songs. To me, Gorgeous is one of my favorite. Is my favorite Kanye West song. The way this song was produced, it's just like that's one of the songs that you realize Kanye is just a different level with the producer. The shit sounded like it was distorted, and it sounded like you were listening to a conversation that was far, far away, but you could tell like Kid Cudi's sample, man. Kid Cudi is super underrated. Listen, I don't listen to Kid Cudi's music like that, but his samples, when he does samples, he's one of the most underrated sample motherfuckers I've ever heard. Like he can kill a hook. That nigga's a beast at the hooks. And this song was perfect for this song, man. Um, she told the director she in a pool. He said take them shades off and get in the pool. like like O'Toole said, I got way too many news. They gave me real bad news. I was really real fresh today. Rewrite history. I don't believe it yesterday. What's a black beetle anyway? A fucking roach? I guess that's why they got me sitting there and fucking coach. My doc said I need a different approach because people is looking at me like I'm sniffing coke. It's not funny anymore. Try different jokes. Tell them hug and kiss my ass, X and O, and kiss the ring while I got it. Fit the chains while I got it any any rack shit act like I ain't had a belt in two classes. I ain't got it. I'm coming after whoever who has it. I'm coming after whoever who has it. You blowing up? That's good. Fantastic. Back, y'all. It's like that, y'all. I don't really give a fuck about it at all. Because the same people that try to blackball me forgot about two things. My black balls. Shit. Woo, that go man. And Raekwon the chef comes in at the end and just kills it, man. Like that was the best thing I ever heard, man. It's such a great song. God just clearly got the victory on that. So it's tied 1-1. Track three, Stronger off of Graduation versus Power off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm gonna be truthfully honest. I never liked Stronger. I never liked the song. It's grown over time on me, but it's still not like Power. Like Power to this day is still one of the best songs that it's another great song. You know what I'm saying? This is literally around the time when the Taylor Swift controversy kicked off, and he had been gone for a minute. Then Power came out of nowhere and just mm, excuse me took over the airwaves, man. You know, rolling with some light skinned girls and some Kelly Rollins. So good night, cool world. I see you in the moment. This is way too much. I need a moment. Ain't no one man should have all this power. The clock's ticking. I just got the hours. Stop tripping. I'm tripping off the powder. Fuck this. The world's ours. And they say, hey, and they say, hey, and then they, hey, 24th century is on our. Yeah, man. Power is that, obviously. Listen, Stronger is a great song to a lot of people, but I just never liked Stronger. I don't know why. It's just something about it. I just didn't fuck with the song. I just was not my favorite song. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite song. The beat was great though. I think the production was great, but just the song, I just didn't like it like that. Track four, I Wonder versus track four, All the Lights interlude. I'm giving it to I Wonder because he actually rapped on this song. It is a good song. All the Lights interlude, just as him, the production, man, and All the Lights is such an incredible song, man, and which goes into track five between My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is All of the Lights feature Rihanna and pretty much every fucking person he could find to do vocals on this fucking song. Any motherfucker he could find to do vocals, they were on this song. Versus Good Life feature T Pain on Graduation. Uh, All the Lights is one of them songs, man. I love the remix with Big Sean, Lil Wayne, and Drake. Um, I actually remember the original All the Lights. It was called Ghetto University, which he says in the song. But Ghetto University was actually All of the Lights before he changed it to All of the Lights, and it actually featured Drake on there. I remember that. I remember listening to that shit in 2010 and being like, "Damn, that shit be fire when it come out." And then when I heard the song and it wasn't Drake on it, I was like, "Alright, that's cool." But it was still a good and a dope ass song. I mean, like I said, all of the fucking people you could find, Kid Cudi, Elton John, Fergie. I mean, it was just some fucking Alicia Keys. It's like every fucking soul he could find to make a song with, he found it. So all of the lights, man. Yeah, man, it was a great song. Good Life off of Graduation. Kanye and T Pain. T Pain at this time in '07 could do no wrong. This T Pain was just a different fucking level, man. Like T Pain was on a different fucking level. It wasn't even close. Um, what his collaborations, just his music, man. T Pain is definitely one of the artists I will be doing in 2023, so stay tuned for that. He will get a full episode of Life and Times of Music. Because I don't think we give him his flowers too much, man. He deserves so much motherfucking more flowers than he got. And T Pain to me got so much hate for using auto tune when Kanye West literally the next year would drop 808s and Heartbreak and and revealed for like and be one of the greatest things ever to a lot of people. And I felt like T Pain just got kicked in the ass for something that Kanye just could just skate by with. So, but Good Life is such a great fucking song too, man. Um, I close my eyes and imagine a good life better than the life I had when I used to think that I was crazy. And now my grandmama ain't the only one girl calling me baby. Yeah, Good Life won that. I'm gonna give it to Good Life on that. I love all the lights, but Good Life I think was just a better song, man. I really will give it to Good Life on that. All right, track six, Graduation. Can't Tell Me Nothing featuring pretty much Jeezy. And Monster off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and we all know who that features: Jay Z, Rick Ross, and Nicki Minaj. I thought with Jay Z's verse on here. Rick Ross, I think, had a little short verse, but we all know Nicki Minaj killed every person on this fucking song. We all know Nicki killed every single person on this song. But for me, Can't Tell Me Nothing was just a way better fucking song. I actually think Can't Tell Me Nothing was way better. I remember being in Atlanta and seeing this video come out for the first time at 106 Park and being like, I might have to go get graduation. I remember this shit coming out. Can't Tell Me Nothing. The lights, the way this shit was videoed, man. I was like, Can't Tell Me Nothing. Still shit. Holy shit. Yeah, man. Can't Tell Me Nothing wins this, obviously. Track seven, Barry Bonds featuring Lil Wayne. Uh, versus track seven of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Uh, So Appalled featuring Pusha T, Side Prince, Jay Z. Like, he featured everybody again on this thing. Uh, I feel like I'm doing a lot of one sides with this, man. So Appalled, uh, so uh, so Appalled. Listen, all them niggas got off on that song, but to me, I love Barry Bonds more because you gotta think about the riot hotness of where Kanye was and Lil Wayne was. Like '07 Wayne was just that time frame in Lil Wayne's career was just different. So I think Barry Bonds gets it over So Paul. There's a lot of people I know y'all gonna be pissed off when y'all hear this video. But maybe he can get back into this. Okay, Drunken High Girls featuring Most Def is track 8 off of Graduation versus Devil in a New Dress by off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy featuring Rick Ross. Devil in a New Dress has clearly got this. Drunken High Girls has got to be literally the worst fucking song I've ever heard in my life. It's the worst fucking song. And then on top of that, you're going up against one of the best fucking songs I've heard from Kanye West and Rick Ross. Like them two niggas together is incredible. And to have them two do that song together, man, it was beautiful. One of the best songs I heard them two niggas do ever. And still to this day, man, Devil in a New Dress is so incredible. Rick Ross verse. Rick Ross is one of my favorite artists, so that's just obvious. And these two did incredible songs in 2010. Live Fast, Die Young on Rick Ross's Teflon Don, and then just Devil in a New Dress just sold it for me, man. So it was, yeah, that was an incredible body of work. That song was incredible. Those two songs were just legendary. Uh, yeah. So Goes into track 9, Runaway, featuring Pusha T, and everybody remembers Runaway, of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and versus Graduation's track 9, Flashing Lights. I like Runaway. I fuck with Runaway. Then Push killed Runaway. But Flashing Lights was just better. Like Flashing Lights was just better. Flashing Lights still to this day is better. Yeah, god damn, Flashing Lights is better. Lord Jesus. Um, which goes into track 10, Everything I Am off of Graduation versus track 10 off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Hell of a Life. A lot of people love Hell of a Life off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I love Everything I Am with DJ Premier for Graduation. And I think that wins to me personally, obviously. This is again to me. Um Now goes to this. Track 11 off of Graduation, The Glory versus track 11 off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Blame Game, featuring John Legend. Blame Game is not even close. Like, I love Glory, it's a great song, but Blame Game off of fucking Chris Rock at the end talking shit. Talking this shit. You wasn't perfect, but you made life worth it. Stick around, some real feelings might surface. Like, yo, that ain't Kanye. Yo, that shit. Cause I definitely be having mines. Oh man, yeah. John Legend. I call you bitch for sure. Yeah, Blame Game off of. Oh yeah, My Beautiful Dark fans. Yeah, Blame Game got it. Track 12 off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Lost in the World versus track 12 off of Graduation, Homecoming, featuring Chris Martin. Fuck with Lost in the World. Think it's a great song. I loved it when I first heard it. Uh, but if you ask me, has had which songs had better quality of music since then? Like, what song is better over time? Homecoming. I love that song the moment I heard it. And then when I found out it was Chris Martin on that song from Coldplay, which is one of my favorite rock bands, I was like, done. And then the way Kanye also kind of he didn't the way he was talking about Chicago was also a really dope fucking way. I thought that was such a cool way of doing it. And knew I was gang affiliated, got a TV and told on me. She said, "Yeah, keep making that platinum and gold for me." Yeah, Homecoming got this one, man. Homecoming got this one. Which leads to track 13, Big Brother versus Who Will Survive in America. Big Brother. Uh, just the respect that I have for that song is unreal. Now looking back at it, I think Kanye should have probably saved that song for when he was in trouble, because but everybody knows how much love he has for Jay Z and what Jay Z has done for him. So it's not that surprising that this is one of those songs. And then also he did it again on 106 Park when his album came out. Performed this song Big Brother, and Jay Z popped up to perform encore, and that shit made everybody like, what the fuck? Like it was so crazy, man. So crazy, man. But yeah, all in all, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Damn. One, two, three, four. Nine against four. This is the first time this has been this fucking lopsided. I've done one of these. It's been so fucking lopsided. Holy shit. Um Now like I say all the time when I start this um like I say all the time when I start this, just because it's lopsided doesn't mean I'm gonna go with that album. You never know what I might feel going towards that the other album. But Graduation is actually a better album to me. It really is. And I pretty much was gonna go Graduation regardless. But yeah, Graduation is just a better album. Outside of maybe Drunken High Girls, I mean, the Glory. If the Glory wasn't bound up against Blame Game, he probably would have won. And I just never liked Stronger. Drunken High Girls got to be the worst fucking song I've ever heard in my life. Stronger is just I just never liked Stronger. And the Glory, if it wasn't gonna get Blame Game off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it probably would have took all of it. So, but for the most part, all of these songs, listen, man, I know people are gonna listen to this and be like, "Nigga, how could you?" But I don't- nigga, how could you? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm not saying it isn't still one of my favorite albums, but if you actually listen to this, Graduation, it's a fucking dope fucking project, man. It's a really dope fucking project, and I think that, like I said, this was the album that really made me into a Kanye West fan. You know, I always loved the singles, but I never really got into his albums like that. But the Graduation album made me want to actually listen to his albums, and that's what made this album so great. Is that it made me a fan. Everything I am, you know, I'm not picture perfect Beyonce, be a black ass Chance. Remember him from Blackstreet? He was black as the street was. I never be laid back as this beat was. I never could see why people will reach a fake ass facade that they couldn't keep up. You see how I creeped up? Played a big role in Chicago like Queen Latifah. I never rock a mink coat in some boot. Wintertime like Killer Camel rocks some meat boots in summertime like Well I Am. Let me know if you feel it, man, cause everything I am, everything I shit, maybe everything I am, everything, yeah, yeah, everything I am, flashing lights, you know, Barry Bonds for Little Wayne, can't tell me nothing. Gut Life, I wonder, shit, Champion. If it wasn't going against literally one of my favorite Kanye, literally my favorite Kanye West song, and Gorgeous, it probably would have won. Good Morning, the way it kicked off, it started, man. Yeah, man. I didn't like to break down Dark Fantasy either. It took too long to get to the damn song to me personally on Dark Fantasy. Well, Good Morning was just right to the point. Big Brother and Homecoming closing it out. Yeah, man. I Graduation. It was the best album to me because it actually flowed sonically. Even though it does have more of those songs, I'm just like, how the fuck is this on his album? But you know, for what it was and what it continues to be. I mean, I don't really hear that many people talk about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy if you're not talking about it in a collection wise, like a collection of the album, like the entire album. You'd be like, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is such a great body of work. Whereas Graduation, it's a great body of work, but it's also got songs that you remember where you were when these songs came out. Good Life, Can't Tell Me Nothing, Barry Bonds, Flashing Lights. Like you remember Stronger. Like you remember where you was when you heard this body of work. And I think that's why I love Graduation so much because no matter what, it still to this day has something that a lot of his albums don't just have, and that is the consistent flowing of the hits, but also the ability to actually expand it and have long lasting singles. You know, Barry Bonds might not be everybody's favorite single, but it's one of my favorite songs. Flashing Lights might not be y'all favorite song by Kanye. It's one of mine. Homecoming. You might not even know who the fuck was singing on Homecoming. I do. Coldplay, Chris Martin, one of my favorite rock bands. You know, Big Brother. We all have. If you are the little brother, you do have this Napoleon complex towards your big brother because you're always trying to show him I can stand on my own 2 feet, and I understand that song very well. So yeah, this was a great song, man. This is a great album, man. Both albums are incredible. Don't get it twisted. But to me, Graduation is better. So that is the end of this. The next versus albums. Holy shit. Holy shit. Where am I going next? Oh man, where am I going next? Uh, I will say this. The next versus albums will be in 2023. And that versus albums is Take Care versus Nothing Was the Same. Drake. So get ready for 2023. Till then, hope you guys enjoy this when it comes out. I'm Brandon Janeau. This has been Life and Times with Music. Good. Graduation versus Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Graduation wins. And comment, and I know you will. Comment on this when it does drop. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Till then, peace.